That job does not care about you. I know you think they do. They don't. Trust me. They don't care. Hey everyone, I am your fave nurse B. Thanks for coming back to my channel. So, your job sucks. And you're like, should I quit? You know, should I move on? Is it time for me to quit? I'm going to give you all like a little brief background about me. So I'm an LPN. I'm actually in school to get my RN. I graduated in May 2022. And I've been an LPN for 6 years. No. Yeah, 6 years. And before that, I was a CNA. And I worked at the same job as an NAT, which is like right before you become a CNA, get certified, all the way to an LPN. I worked there for almost 7 years at the same exact facility. It was the only nursing facility I've ever worked at. And I stayed there for that long. So most of my career was at this one facility. Now, I definitely had plenty of times where I was like, I am so over this place. I'm ready to go. Like, this is not for me. Like, I got videos all about it too. Go check them out. But I wanted to come on here and talk about, you know, when is it time for you to move forward? Now, I'm also going to talk about when it's not time, okay? Let's just talk about that. But you know when it's time to move forward, right? So there's certain things that happen, certain like patterns that you have that will show you that it's time to quit your job, you know? So the first one is you dread going to work. I mean, I know a lot of us just like, oh, I gotta go to work today, you know? Like, I don't feel like doing that, or I gotta deal with this person, I gotta deal with that person. But if it's like to the point where you're just like, your whole demeanor changes because you know you have to go to work that day, and you just like, oh my gosh, like this day is just like already screwed. As soon as you wake up, first off, change your mindset first. I'm definitely say that, because I mean, a job is a job, but you shouldn't be letting no job get to you like that. But that's not a story. But yes, if you dread going to work to the point where it makes you sick to your stomach, like you're literally throwing up before you go to work. Like I've known somebody who does that. Like they would throw up before they had to go to work. Or if you you just like really feel it in your body, like this is just like, if you know, you know. Like I've had those times where I'm like at work or about to go to work, and I just feel like my soul is like trying to remove itself from me. It's like trying to find another body to jump into. Because it's just like, this is just like, oh my gosh, like it's really wearing on you. And there's certain ways to deal with that while you're in the job, and you know that maybe you feel like you have to stay there, or you're like, you know, it's gonna be better for me to just go ahead and stay here. There's ways to navigate being at that job when you feel that way, and still like preserve yourself and make sure you're in a good headspace. There's ways to do that, and I can talk about that at the end of the video. But that's number one, you dread going to work. Number two, if you cry while you're at work, or you think about walking out. So I've never cried at work as a nurse, but I've definitely had those moments where, especially as a new nurse, where I called my husband and I like had to leave off the floor or go in the med room or something. And I called my husband and I was just like, I'm so tired of this. Like, this is just too much. Like, I don't want to do this anymore. Like, this is like wearing on me. Like, this is too much for me right now. And she ain't got no makeup. And my teeth, she's giving black girl goth, okay? Dark Night of the Soul vibes. Anyways, so I've definitely had those moments where I would like legit be like talking myself off the ledge when it comes to leaving the job. And I would have to call my husband and be like, I am ready to walk out. I even had I talk about in this video, I mean in this video, I think I'll post it down below. Dang, I can't keep doing this because I don't know if I'm gonna link it. I'm just gonna keep doing this. You're like, where is it? Anyhow, I'm gonna link the video down below. Like, I legit wrote out my letter of resignation, at the job, and I was ready to turn it in. Like, I was so ready to leave. And when you get to that point, you need to start doing some things to help you to transition out of that job. Like, that's when it's time to go. I know like a lot of nurses, especially new nurses, I've known some nurses who will just go and cry in the mirror room if something happened. Don't do that. Don't be that nurse. I know it's hard. Just don't cry in front of your coworkers. Trust me, they do not care. They're going to tell everybody about it. They might act compassionate and be like, oh, it's okay, don't worry. But they're going to tell people, and you're going to be known as the nurse that cries. I'm just saying, Go to the bathroom, call somebody, text somebody, talk to you, look in the mirror, talk to yourself, be like, we got this, we're gonna get through this, we're strong, we're protected, like I was made for this, this is for me, I can do this. Do what you gotta do, some affirmations, go run, go get a Kit Kat bar, a Snickers, whatever you gotta do, drink some water, drink some tea, get yourself together, clean your face, and then come back on the hall. Like, do not let people see you cry at work. Don't let them people see you cry. I'm telling you, like, I don't care how close you are to them. Don't let them see you cry. Because as soon as you get into it with homegirl, homeboy, the first thing they're going to say is, yeah, this chick be da-da-da-da. She be crying in the mirror room. Always, she's so sensitive, all in her foot. Like, they're going to throw that in your face. So don't even do it, okay? I'm telling you, don't do it. But if you feel yourself doing that, if you become like that, it's time to leave. Like, it's like wearing on you. Like, a job should not be making you cry. Now, of course, there are certain situations where if you lose a patient or if you've made a big mistake or something like that, where you're like, oh my gosh, like this, you feel horrible, right? You feel horrible and you're just like, how am I going to move forward, you know, based off of this situation? Like, how am I going to move forward? Like, how am I going to move forward now? How am I going to move past this? I totally get it, but have your support system outside of your job. That job does not care about you. I know you think they do. They don't. Trust me. They don't care. Okay, so the next thing is you're losing your compassion. This is a big thing. There is a such thing as what do you call it? Burnout, like compassion burnout, where you're constantly like pouring your energy into other people, and like literally, like as you're pouring your energy into them, you're like you're subtracting from what you could be giving yourself. Like, you're pouring into their cup and it's like you're not replenishing your cup. And yeah, you're pouring into their cup, not replenishing your cup, and you become burnt out. You know, it takes you have a short amount of time to put back into your cup. Okay, let me just stop trying to use analogies. But basically, you're constantly pushing out feelings, emotions, trying to soothe other people, lessening your ego to help and be there for other people. That if you don't give yourself that time and that energy to build up your energy, to make you feel better, to give back to yourself, whether it be through food, through being around people who you love, by resting, getting some rest, going to sleep, doing something outside of your job that really fulfills you, going out in the garden, going on walks, being with your family, being with your kids, your friends, your pets, whatever. If you don't give yourself enough time to do that, you are going to get burnt the hell out. And I could do a separate video talking about burnout and just ways to get around it, because I'm telling y'all, it's real and it's not cool. People think it's so cool to be like, oh my gosh, I'm just so tired. I'm just that nurse, or I'm in nursing school. I'm just so, oh my gosh. Like, they think that's cute, and I get it. Like, it's a mess. Like, you just be like, oh, I'm over it. You know, like, the struggle is real, you know, but that's not cool. The struggle is real, but we don't really want to be living that life, because stress is the #1 killer, top of the list for everything. You know, everything starts off as stress, because your body cannot survive within a stressful environment. It cannot be healthy. And let me sip some tea on that. Okay, let it sink in. Adding some more hot water, fresh hot water to my tea. If you know, you know. Okay. So, we're drinking some jasmine green tea today. The one in the little yellow. Y'all know what I'm talking about, the little yellow tin box. So far. Anyhow, I'm a little chilly. Hold on. Y'all know I always got to bring through the granny sweaters. Like, team granny sweaters. You lose your compassion. Something is happening. And it's not like you become the person that's just like, girl. But it's, when stuff is happening, you're like, oh, okay. Like, you're no longer like really connecting with your patients, connecting with the people, like your supervisors, not supervisors, but people that you're over. Like when CNAs come to you or patient care techs come to you and be like, oh, I'm just so tired, like so much is going on, I'm just so beat up, like, you know, this person is just driving me crazy. Like, you just be like, it's the job, do what you gotta do, girl. I don't know what to tell you. Like, if you if you get to that point where you can no longer like give, and it's also like changing who you are, it's time to go. Because the #1 reason why we go into this field is to be of service to others. I don't care what nobody say. The number one thing that we're here to do is to be of service, okay? To have compassion, to show empathy, to offer some type of sense of solace for other people, and to actually care on their physical body, but to also be there for something that's no longer physical, right? For that human connection that everyone needs in order to thrive, in order to be healed, in order to get better. They don't just need give me a pill. They don't just need give me a shot. They need some type of human interaction. And once you find yourself no longer being able to give that human interaction, and all you're doing is focusing on the task at hand, it's time. I wouldn't necessarily say it's time for you to quit, but you need to really assess what's going on. Why is this happening? What can I do to change it? Is it the job? Is it that I don't really want to be here anymore? Do I need to change my shifts? Do I need to change my hours? Do I need to go back to school, get more training? Do I need to? You have to figure some things out, because once it gets to that point, it becomes extremely, extremely dangerous. Okay? Because if you lose that connection with your patient, they're not going to talk to you. You're not going to listen to what they have to say. Things fall through the cracks. You're not going to be on your game. You're not going to be on top of it. The one thing that should be driving you to do the job and to go the extra mile and to be more of service is no longer there. Right? Your need to take care of people. We all have a need to be taken care of and to take care of others. Some of us just have it more, and really, all of us in some way or fashion is here to take care of people. Whether you take care of people because you're an artist and you create things that help people to get outside of just this regular world, or you're a chef and you create things to help nourish a person's body, make them feel really good. Hell, you could be a damn librarian, okay? And you're here to offer information and knowledge to people. Whatever, you're a janitor and you're here to keep the space clean and safe for people. Like, whatever the case may be, we're all here to be of service. But as healthcare providers, you have to have a compassion. So once you start to see it dwindling, and it will go up and down all the time, because we see so much around us, so much pain, so much death, so much hurt, so much trauma, that we can become extremely numb to it, especially if you're allowing yourself to watch certain things on TV, to watch certain things on social media, to like be around toxic people, to put yourself in environments where you become more and more dull. It's gonna become worse. Okay, so that's why for me, like, I don't watch stuff, like I don't be watching, like, I watch TV, I watch YouTube, but like I don't like to watch extreme, like when people like be like, girl, look at what happened, look at this person got da 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 by somebody. Like, I don't want to see that. Like, I don't want to keep hearing about people out here, stuff happening. Like, I don't want to hear that. Like, I don't want to know. Like, keep me in the dark. I see enough of that. I hear enough horror stories at work. Like, I don't want to keep constantly being bombarded by the new thing that's happening in the news. Like, that's not for me. Like, I even told my patient the other day, like, they were telling me that they were so worried, and they're like, so is it, is stuff happening? Like, is it getting worse here in St. Louis? Y'all know what I'm talking about. Is the things getting worse here? I heard that they got this new thing. I'm like, yeah, I need to stop watching the news. They say, yeah, we know. I said, stop watching the news, because y'all just seeing the news and y'all not able to leave and go out and be in the real world and see what's really going on. So y'all just keep watching that news. They said, yeah, it's depressing. I said, yes, you're going to become even more depressed. I had to break through the fourth wall for them and be like, look, I'm your nurse, but let me just tell you, this news is not for you. Y'all both up in here, can't leave. Y'all feeling sad already. Watching the news gonna make y'all even worse. Trust me. Okay, I had to break through and be like, look, get out. Okay, don't turn the channel. Watch the dang on, I don't know. Shoot. Y'all can watch anything, really. I don't know what the folks we watch. The Price is Right, whatever, You can even watch some SVU. It's always on TV. Watch that. Don't watch the news, okay? But anywho, like, don't allow yourself to become numb by certain situations. And there's ways to combat that. So, anywho, I know y'all know how these videos, child, be getting on my damn soapbox. Another reason, like, this is one of the main reasons why I knew I had to leave my job. Like, why I knew I was like, this is not for me. Complaining. You complain the whole effing shift. You complain as soon as you're driving to the parking lot. Oh my God, I ain't got nowhere to park. Oh, this job. I ain't never got nowhere to park. You complain walking in. Oh my God, I gotta wait in this line to clock in. Like, oh, Like, when they need to get another time clock, because it's too much. I gotta wait to clock in, you clock in. I'm on this floor. Why they putting me on this floor? I don't want to work with these people. You go over there. The nurse taking forever to count. I don't want to keep waiting on him or her to count. Like, oh my gosh. You finally count the meds. And you getting report, she fell again. Why did people and and why they ain't did this? And you the whole day, don't nobody care. Like, you complain the whole shit. It's a problem with everything. It's a problem with everything on the floor. Everybody wrong. Everybody stupid. This job sucks. They need to throw the whole building away. Like, you just, and that's part of the reason why I really was not liking, I didn't really like doing my videos where I show y'all like the real life nursing, like come to work with me, or like this is what happened while I was at work. Because I was like, damn girl, you just keep complaining. But people in the comments was like, this is the real thing. Like, just tell us what's really going on. So I would tell y'all what's really going on. But honestly, like, I would just be like, in my heart of hearts, I'd be like, I really don't care. Like, yeah, this is what's going on. It's a hot mess, but I ain't letting this stuff get to me. I am not going to let this job get to me, because yes, I care. Yes, I have a purpose. Yes, I have a soul. And yes, I'm here to take care of people, but I honestly do not care. I don't care about nothing going on with this job. It sucks. Y'all need to do this. Y'all need to do that. Y'all should stop doing this a long time ago. That's cool, but I don't care about any of that. I come in, do what I have to do, get my money and leave. I try my best to have that interaction. I told you about this all the time. I try my best to have at least that one patient that I talk to, because if I got 50-something patients, I can't talk to everybody and their mom about their whole life story. But I find that it's usually like 2 or 3 patients that I'm just in there and then we just start talking. I said, oh, look at that. That's really nice. Your family looks so beautiful. Look at all these pictures. And do you have kids? Do your kids live in St. Louis? Oh, okay. Da 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 da. Your hair is so nice. Oh my goodness, it's so beautiful. And then we just keep talking. Oh, my mom never got bald throughout her whole life. She lived till 90. She never got bald. Oh my goodness. I'm like, your hair is so beautiful. Like, whatever. Had that conversation. Da 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 da. Ask them, do they need anything else I can get for you? Are you okay? You fine? You cool? You good? I try to do that with all my patients though. And they be like, oh my gosh, thank you. You're so sweet. Are you working tomorrow? Like, that type of situation. I try my best. I really, really do. And it's not even something that I try. Like, I just naturally do it. But that's what I do because I want to have I want to have that human connection. I want to feel like I left some type of impression for them to be like, where is that nurse Brandy, you know? Where is she? Like, where is that nurse I had yesterday? Just so they can feel like somebody is giving them some type of like attention. Like, they feel like, okay, at least for these 8 hours while this nurse is here, somebody's gonna listen to what I have to say. Somebody's gonna be here when I put my light on. Somebody's gonna be here to ease my anxiety. I might not be able to do nothing at all for this person. You know what I'm saying? Like, I really can't do anything but just show that I'm here. Just hold space. And that's a whole other video, but really what we're here to do is just really hold space for these people. Allow them, let's go so deep. I don't even know if I can talk about that, but it's really just like when people like, I need a shoulder to cry on. That's all it is. And they don't have to be in no emotional state like, oh my gosh, nurse is just, the life is just so hard. No, they just might need somebody to help them go down memory lane. They might need somebody to just help them as far as like, look at my grandkids and just talk. They just need some type of interaction. You got to think, especially as a long-term care nurse, these people are mostly inside. The only sunlight they getting is from being in the dining room and a little bit of sun come hit their face. They don't get fresh air most of the time. A lot of them don't. They don't get fresh fruits and vegetables. They're not getting interaction with different people. And if they are, these are people who were just coming in, doing the job and leaving. Like, they don't always feel like somebody is there for them. They don't feel comfortable. They don't always feel cared for. Okay, yeah, what you talking about? I got her clean, she in the bed, she dry, she good. Yeah, but like, they don't feel connected to you. You just did your job. Like they don't feel it. Y'all know what the hell I'm talking about. Oh, my bad. Y'all know what the hell I'm talking about. You know what I'm saying? Like you got that mother or that father who pay the bills, make sure you care for, get you to school, make sure you're in a good house. But is that parent really are they really here to heal your soul, honey? Are they giving you the love you need? And that's the same with the patient. They need a human to human interaction. So anytime that you find yourself getting out of that scope, out of that, world of being able to do that, it's time for you to go. It's time for you to reassess. It's time for you to figure some things out. Okay? And don't feel bad if you get to that point, because this is extremely hard. And, especially if you got 50-something patients. I see a new set of 50-something patients, 30-something patients almost every time I go to work. It's a new set of people. So I have to put on, I have to connect with all these new, and that's what I love to do. I love to connect with different people. So I have to do that every time I go to work. But if you find yourself not being able to do that, it's something going on, especially if you're complaining all day. Because for one, don't nobody want to hear that. Even if they go in and complain with you, just think about it. It's so depressing to complain. For real. Just sit down for a second and complain about everything in your life that you don't like. Think about how you're going to feel. Just really feel it. Then sit down and think about everything that's beautiful about your life. Oh my gosh, I have a car that's running. My car, it has heat in it. My house has heat. I got hot running water. My stove is working. I got food in my fridge. My kids are happy. I'm able to put my kids in a warm, safe bed. All these different things. Or you can be like, I ain't got nothing I want to eat. I'm gaining all this damn weight. I need to clean my house. My house is a mess. My car is a mess. I need to get my car washed. I need to go to work. I need to make some more money. I haven't gone on a vacation in so long. When am I going to just improve my life? Everything sucks. This just, I'm just so over this. Whatever. You get what I'm saying? You feel the difference of energy that's there. Okay, so don't be that person. If your job is changing you, if your job is making you a complainer, if your job is making you, jaded, if your job is making you to the point where you physically just I cannot do this shit no more. This is just too much. You need to do some things. So here's some things you got to do. I know this video a little bit long. Here's some things. First, change your hours. If you're working 5 days a week, child, where they do that at? That's for the birds. The birds don't even want to do that shit. Hydrate. That's number one. Change your shifts. Can you do 12-hour shifts? Hell, for me in long-term care, they don't have 12-hour shifts. Do 2 doubles and a single. Yes, 16 hours is a long time to work, to be at somebody's facility. 16 hours is a long time to work. But if you just work 2 16-hour shifts and 1 8-hour shift, guess what? You got 4 whole days to yourself. And if you want to pick up another shift just in case you feel like it, it's easier. You still got 3 more days left. Versus if you work 5 days a week out of the 7, if you want to pick up, you only got 1 day off. See what I'm saying? Unless you do a double. But then if you do a double on that day, you got to still come back in and do another 8-hour shift. Nobody's trying to do that. Nobody's trying to do that. So change your shifts. Either work, your 3 12s or whatever, or work your 2 16-hour shifts and an 8-hour shift. Whatever you got to do. Go part-time and then go PRN somewhere else, so that you can vary your where you're going. Because sometimes the fatigue, the burnout, all of that jazz happens because you're doing the same thing every single day. You don't feel like you're growing. And it's just similar to if you grow plants. I love my plants. If you grow plants, that plant is going to die if you keep it in the same pot for a certain amount of time. It's not going to grow anymore. It's going to actually start to regress and die. The same happens with us. If you stay in a certain position for so long, we're no longer being stimulated. We're no longer being challenged. We're no longer being pushed to the next level and experiencing new things. So if you're always in the same position as your job, especially long-term care, because they're long-term care, they're the same people pretty much. If you're in that situation, either go part-time at your job to keep your benefits, yada, 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 and then go PRN or go agency somewhere else. That way you can vary up your schedule, vary up where you're going. You can have, let things kind of stimulate, let some new neurons fire off in your head to help to wake you up a little bit. Because sometimes that regular job on the same floor, sucks. Or if you work long-term care, you like your job, or well, you probably wouldn't be watching this if you like your job. But anyways, say you work long-term care and you want to stay at your job full-time, but you don't want to, you don't want to go part-time and then go somewhere else. Can you become a float nurse, meaning you go from different parts of the building. So instead of like one place I worked at had 5 divisions. I was the float nurse because like I said, I like to be in different situations. I like to come to work and be like, where I'm at. Oh, okay, cool. And I'd be like, okay, I'm going to do what I got to do. I'm going to make this happen. Like, I like to be like, girl, we're going to make this happen. We on this floor. I don't want to be over there, but we're going to make it work. I like that. I like to come into work and be like, where I'm at today. I don't know what that is. I don't know. But anyhow, so become a float nurse at your job or at your facility at the hospital. Become a float nurse. That will help you to vary up your skills. You learn about different patients. You work with different people, different CNAs, different nurses. And you just kind of spice some things up. It's similar to like a relationship. You might feel like, oh my God, I don't want to be in this relationship no more. It's a hot mess. Like, I'm tired. This is boring. I don't want to do this. Spice up that relationship, child. Put a little spice on it, okay? Same thing with your job. So vary up your schedule. Vary up where you're working within your job. Next thing, you got to check in with yourself. What is the problem? Is it the job or is it me? Because if you might think it's just the job, but if you bringing this same energy into all other parts of your life, it's you, boo. It's you. I'm just saying. If in your relationship, you complaining all the time about your relationship, if you complaining all the time about your body, if you complaining all the time about your money, about your house, about your kids, about your sister, mama, uncle, baby, crazy, blah, 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 blah. If you complain all the time about everything, then guess what? Everything is what it is, but it's really you the problem. Okay? So you have to step back. And this really takes self-reflection. This really takes going within, which is so important because only you can do the work. Only you can really see what is happening within you and what's causing it. So it takes for you to be like, okay, why am I unhappy? Is it because I've been doing the same things and a lot of times that's what it is. In my experience, just from talking to people, I talk to a lot of people. In my experience, it's because people are doing the same thing over and over, expecting life to just blossom into something else. It's not. If you keep planting broccoli seeds, you're going to keep getting broccoli. You're not going to one day just pull up a root and get some carrots. You're not. You got to switch some things up. So, yeah, can y'all tell I'm into planting and gardening? I really want to get back out in my garden. Hold on. I digress. So, you can't expect different things if you don't do different things. So, switch it up. Really assess. Do I want to stay in the healthcare field? Okay, if I do, what do I really want? Get outside of thinking about money. Get outside thinking about what do I really want? What type of hours? How much? Write it down. I've done this before, y'all, and it like legit happened. It was crazy. When I look back, I was like, oh my gosh, like I really attracted this. But write down how much money you want to make. Not how much you think you can make. How much money do you want to make? How much money do you want to make? Or I want to feel comfortable. I want to be able to book a trip whenever. I want to be able to save it for something within a short amount of time. I want to be able to work one shift and have enough money to pay my car note, whatever. I don't know. So think about that. Like, what do you really want? What really lights your fire? Okay? Really think about that. Write that down. Okay? And look and say, okay, so what from this job, am I really getting that? I'm probably not. But what I do like about this job, for one reason why I stayed in my other job, is because I was in school. And anytime I needed to change my schedule for school, they changed it. When I was pregnant, I needed to change. They were so good. They were so flexible with changing your schedule. That's why I loved that job particular. Some jobs you try to go to school, change your schedule. They're like, oh, we can't change that. It's a wrap. You can't change your schedule. Every single time I went to them and I had to change my schedule, they changed it every single time. I needed to work only on these days. I needed to come in and work an hour later because I was in school. They changed it. Like, they worked with you. Jobs, if you're listening, be flexible with the schedules, y'all. Like, for real. Your employees will stay at your job. Trust me. But they wasn't budging on giving me more money. So I was like, I'm worth way more than this. And I am. So I left. But anyhow, think about, okay, what do I like about this job? what are some things that, you know, I really want to change about my job, my career? Do I want to go back to school and learn something else? Do I want to change this? Start working on it. Don't just keep complaining and being like, ain't nothing changing on this job, because that job owes you nothing. That job owes you nothing. It's a job. So don't sit here and keep complaining about the job like they owe you, you know, a successful life. Like that job owes you happiness. That job owes you, you know, I don't know, 40 acres and a mule, because it doesn't. It really don't. It's up to you to decide, what do I want? Use these jobs like they use you, flat out. Like, I don't get why people don't see that. And I remember somebody told me that. That's a separate video, child. But use these jobs like they use you. I'm gonna tell you, your employer does not care about you. They just don't. I'm gonna do a whole video separate. I'm gonna do a separate video. Also, you all, just on a practical tip, if your job is not safe, meaning like it's crazy ratio of nurse to patients or CNA to patients, or the job just, honestly, they're just not safe. Like they don't take care of people right there. Like the people that be, the powers that be, are just not doing anything about certain things that's happening at the job. There's people at the job that's like clearly not capable or not able to take care of people, and they're still doing it. They're making a lot of mistakes. Stuff is happening to patients and nobody's reporting it. They're just letting stuff go by the wayside. I mean, obviously you should leave that job, because if you stay there, like, what makes you different than anybody else there? Like, you're still a part of the problem. So that was another reason why I left my job, is because it was just so unsafe, and I felt like staying there was only going to make me it wasn't going to make me a better nurse. That's going to make me a worse nurse and a more incompetent and more complacent nurse. I needed to be in a situation or a position where I had to step up, where people expected more of me. And so if you're at a job that don't expect that much out of you and everybody just get away with stuff, like, leave, because that's going to wear on you and you're going to become that nurse. I'm just saying. But figure out what you want out of the job, okay? Go from there. Write down your list. See what needs to change. Think about other parts of your life that needs to change. A lot of times, well, I'm not going to keep saying a lot of times, but sometimes it's just you. Do you need to start eating better? Do you need to start working out more? Do you need to start moving your body more? You need to change some things around your house. Get rid, like, literally, because sometimes the problem is within you. So you got to figure out, what within my environment can I start to change and shift to help me, to kind of cleanse and detox me, to get me to that point where I'm happier. Okay? Because you can be in a miserable, horrible job and still be the one coming to work like, hey, what's up? Let's work, y'all. What's up? Because you secure, okay? Because you secure. But sometimes you can be in a great job. Everything is amazing about that job. But if you are the one that's just completely all the way down, you're going to keep finding things to complain about. All the trouble's going to keep coming your way, because you are attracting that, because you're the negative Nancy in a bunch. Like, nobody likes that. So work on it. We've all been, I know I've been there before, so work on it. But yeah, that's all I wanted to talk about. I know this video is long. I probably got to break it up into separate videos. I don't know. But thank you all for watching. I hope you found it helpful. Leave some comments down below. As always, I love you. Bye.